If you're easily replaceable, this video is for you. I noticed something at my job. The same people never get replaced. Talking won't save you. Being useful will. I learned this one the hard way, but once it clicked, everything changed for me. All right, you guys, now let's start with part one. So, what does being replaceable really means? It means that you're not a bad person, but you're not a useful person. For example, like with the last video I did, where I showed you what being useful looks like, I actually went into detail and showed you what I did that day. So that day, I went out with one of the installers, an older man, to help him install a tabletop that had 2 holes drilled inside of them. But the holes were different measurements from each side. One was like 24 1/4, and one was like just 24 and maybe just a 24. So it had to be lined up. And to remind you, my job, there are ladies on the inside, the office lady, who take care of all the ordering and everything. We just let them know what we need. So they ordered a table, and which I don't know why. We could have easily cut that at the job. Well, me or the other guy could have cut that. Well, I'm gonna speak about me. I could have cut that piece, drilled the holes. Well, I could have cut it, polished it, drilled the holes, polished the inside of the holes, make sure the sharpness is off and everything. And boom, we could have installed it literally like in a day or two. But since we had to wait on it to be delivered, it took about a week or a few days just to get it delivered and get it done. So I ended up going out to help him, right? And this was a place that I had to go the extra mile before, and that was all on me. I chose to do that. So I ended up back there, and then we end up trying to put the table down, and the holes don't line up. It doesn't work. And then the installer, he should have known way better. He been there for years, 30, 40, 50 years. He's like 60, 70. And he's trying to force, it was like one of those tables for like computer tops, or like where you can plug stuff in, drop the cord down into the hole. So it was a little piece we had to slide into the hole. If you guys know what the name of that piece is, drop it in the comments. But it was like a piece where it was like where you plug it in, but you screw it in and it plugs into the floor. So the installer, he was trying to get the glass to fit when it was not gonna fit. It was jammed on the table, and the glass was sticking up. So it was like, we gotta hurry up, take it out because it'll break. But it was jammed. So I'm like, I can do something, but I'm letting him do it. So he ended up freaking jamming in there, trying to yank it out, and broke the whole glass. Broke the glass completely. So if we had to order another one, it was gonna take days to come, and we probably wasn't gonna be back until after Christmas break, which is a whole 2 weeks later. So I was like, you know what? I was talking to the lady, and she was like, as the glass broke, she started coming in and talking to us like, this happens every time. Like, we tried to tell the person who comes out and measure, which is Chris. He doesn't take his job. Like, I feel like it's a part of protocol. I feel like he messed his measures up on purpose. I don't know why, I just feel that way, because he messes measures up every day. Simple measure. But the person I was with, the installer, he said he measured it, but he kind of felt play, like, dang, they sent me out here to measure it, but they didn't use my measurements. So he was upset, kind of going on and on about that. And I'm talking to the lady like, okay, yeah, she was like, I'm trying to tell him how to, what would work. When he was just like, I know how to do my fucking job. And she was like, yeah, it was pretty rude. And I was like, yeah, he gets like that. You know, I had a smile on my face talking to her, you know, being a good guy. And I was like, I don't know why they didn't have me cut this, because I could have easily cut this and we could have brought this in like a day or two. And I was like, there's no problem. This is what we're going to do. I'm doing all the talking. I'm not even letting Charles talk, even though, because I'm the actual cutter. I can speak for my work. So I was telling her like, all right, you know, don't panic. I can go back to the shop today, have this glass cut and polished. So by the next morning, which the next morning was our last day for the Christmas break, which was 2 days ago, me and Charles will be here the next morning to install it on our last day, and it'll be right. It'll be correct. Everything will be fixed. And she was like, oh, would you do that? That would be so nice of you. That would be amazing. And I was like, yes, I can do it. We'll be here tomorrow morning. And Charles, like, he listening to me make these promises. He ain't doubting me, but I'm just like, Charles, like, I got the skills. I'm going to do it. I can get it done. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. I already told them. So Charles was like, all right, let me get the measurements again. Boom. We went back to the shop. Now, that's what being useful looks like. Putting the foot forward, you know, speaking for yourself. Oh, like, say for me, I knew I could get the job done. So I spoke up and I talked to the lady, the business owner of herself. And I was like, I can be out here with the right glass and everything. It'll be cut perfectly. All by me. Boom. And she was like, that'd be amazing. Now, someone who isn't useful, this is what this would look like. They would have been in there and they probably would have been panicking with the installer. The person who was just like, oh man, someone came and it would have been so much like, well, it didn't fit, it broke. All right, so we just got to go back to the shop, tell them order new glass, and we'll be back and hopefully it fit. Hopefully it fits. That's what not being useful looks like. You're just gonna, okay, the going got tough, the table broke, it didn't fit. Now you're just, oh, even though you're the glass cutter, you're just gonna depend on the shop to order the glass when you know you can go cut the glass and drill the holes. But if you're not useful and you don't have the skills, then you'll look like that as like a crazy job. It's gonna take too much time. It'll be faster to order it. In reality, bro, I went back to the shop that same day, like at 12 that afternoon. But I didn't start on the glass until like 2:40 or 3 o'clock. Not to mention, we leave work at 4 o'clock, right? So I had to wait on help to get back to the shop at 3. Waited on help. I had cut the glass and put it on the table. It was a 46 by 96, or it was a 48 by 96. So it was a big piece. If you guys know measurements, that's a big piece. 1/4 inch. If you know 1/4 inch, that's some thick glass, heavy too. So we got it polished. All I needed help was polishing it on the machine because it was a fine, flat polish. It wasn't a seam, a hand polish. I could have, but we have the machine. Why do extra work when I can use the machine? So all I needed help was putting the big glass on the machine and rotating it, getting off every side. But once I got it back on the table, measured the holes out, I ain't gonna lie, I quadruple checked on the holes because I'm like, tomorrow's our last day. I want to show up at this company in the morning and I want to show them that I put my skills into this and it worked. And everything that I said I was gonna do, I did it and I showed up. So I made sure I got that done. Fast forward to the end of the day at 4 o'clock. Once 4 o'clock had came, I stayed till 4:15. The glass was polished and the holes were drilled. Only thing I had to do was polish the inside of the holes, which doesn't take long. It takes just like, what, 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes. And I did that next morning when I came in before we had put it on the truck and took it out to install it. Came back, I'm like, bro, I know Charles gonna be happy. He probably was like, I was just talking. And the whole time I wasn't just talking, bro. And that night I went home, like after I cut that glass, I'm just like, it's on my mind. Like, I can't wait till I go to work in the morning, get this glass table installed. It's gonna be a great feeling. Like, bro, I was already overly excited. I didn't even know if the glass was gonna fit, but I knew it was gonna fit because I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm confident in my skills. I'm confident in any I'm confident in any work that I do. So I was very confident that that glass was gonna fit on that table and it was gonna hit. It was gonna do this job. And bro, we got there and that's exactly what it did. I'm talking about the holes lined it up perfectly. Nothing was off. The holes was perfect. The whole glass table matched the wooden table perfectly. It wasn't too far off the edge. It was perfect. It was like the same size of the table. Bro, I felt so proud. And if you guys want to see what that table looked like, go check out the video. The last video I made. I forgot the actual title of it, but it was literally the last video I made. The title thumbnail says choice on it. In that video, I will show you exactly what the glass table looked like. A lot of you guys will be amazed at that type of work, bro. It was amazing. But that's what being a useful person looks like. A person who going the extra mile. A person who job title isn't to talk to the business owners personally, but still got out of their comfort zone and got out of their job title and did the extra mile. And me doing the extra mile, bro, they probably love to see my face again. They'll probably ask for me personally when it comes to installing, cutting any type of glass for them, any type of glass tables. Because they're tabletops, bro. You got to look at that. It's got to be nice, complete, neat work. Can't have scratches all in it. It can't be uneven, out of square. Like, bro, I was already overly excited. I ain't even know if the glass was going to fit, but I knew it was going to fit because I'm like, I can't wait till I go to work in the morning, get this glass table installed. It's going to be a great feeling. Like, It has to be perfect, bro. And I take pride in my work, and it was amazing, bro. Like, that's what being useful looks like. That's what you want to be like. That's what a useful person is. A person who takes action, goes the extra miles, and they don't break promises. They don't break promises to other people or themselves. And if I were to fall short in that project, I would have communicated, and I would have definitely I would have did something else that would have made me even more competent and would have made them trust me even more. So even if I would have fell short and didn't come through, it would have still been some good that came out of it. I showed up, I took action, and I kept my word. That's all that matters, bro. Keep your word. Don't break them promises to yourself. Show up and be consistent. Glow and grow with Joe. We'll be back with another one, gang. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video for more knowledge and tips on self-growth, improvement, and just, bro, glowing. Look at me. I know you want to glow. Join this channel and we'll glow together.